Welcome everybody. We're very, very excited to make this video. Luann is going to be talking about the art of tea leaf reading, which I find very interesting and amazing. And it is in her lineage because when she was younger, she can remember, she didn't know what was happening, but she knew that there was something happening in her home later to really put it together that, wow, it was tea leaf readings that were happening, which is really, really cool, right? Was it that?
Well, actually, the story doesn't quite go that way, but that's okay.
Wait.
I didn't know about them.
Okay.
I did not know about the tea leaf readings. I actually went to a medium 20 years ago. My grandmother had passed, and she's talking about my grandmother doing tea leaf readings. And I'm thinking, she doesn't know what she's talking about. My grandmother never did tea leaf readings. She's like, ask your parents. So I went to my parents, I brought the recording of the reading, and she's like talking about the tea leaf readings, and my parents are like, oh yeah, the tea leaf readings. And I'm like, what? Time out. What do you mean the tea leaf readings? And apparently, after dinner, when the men would go into the living room and they would have men talk, politics and all that, the ladies would go into the kitchen and they would do the dishes and all that, and they would have a cup of tea. And at the end, they would open the tea bag, pour the leaves in, tip it, and read the tea leaves. And it's like, I did not know that. Did not know it.
I love it. It is so traditional, like reading cigarettes or cigars or reading candles.
Smoke billets.
Yes. Oh, I love that when you taught us that. That was awesome. The smoke billets, I had never heard of that before you, Lou. I was like, what? What is that? And then after, of course, you taught me, I see it everywhere because now it's in your awareness. So you see
exactly.
it. But after that, I had never heard of that before doing it in Maryland. So we're very excited because Luann teaches this in Maryland. Luann's going to teach it in Chicago, and Luann is also going to be teaching it for the first time online.
Yes.
So this is the intro video. Yes, this is the intro video. And I just, wherever Lou is, I am, as much as we can be together. And I really do love this. A lot of my students, she had came to Chicago before, learned this, and one of my youngest students ran with it. And she goes to fairs now, and she does it. Citaline as well does it. So it's a beautiful art. You don't have to be a medium to do this. You don't have to be a psychic. Everybody has intuition already. So I'm going to give it over to Lou for her to expand on what exactly is the art of tea leaf reading and what do you get out of taking a class? And do you have the ability to do it, or who can learn it?
Actually, I think anybody has the ability to learn it because, like you said, you don't have to be a medium. You don't have to even be a psychic. You just have to be able to tap into your intuition. And that's actually a little bit of what we teach in the class. So even if you've never consciously or with intention tapped into your intuition, this is something that you're going to be able to do because we show you how to do it. We take you from knowing nothing to be able to do a confident tea leaf reading in one day. And there aren't many classes that you can do that have this. Another name for tea leaf reading is tasseography. So if you ever see a class on tasseography, it's just a fancy schmancy name for tea leaf reading. But it actually is an art. I will tell you that I am self-taught in tea leaf readings. I've spent a lot of time, a lot of energy into learning to do this. And I did it in honor of my grandmother. So I actually, because I am a medium, would sit and connect with my grandmother and have her give me information about the tea leaf readings. She said they used to do it with the tea bags, which you can do it that way, but tea bags tend to be ground up, the leaves very, very fine. So the way that I teach it is with loose tea and using loose tea. And there are different kinds of teas. We go over the kind of tea that you can use. When you take a class, you're going to get a full handout.
Can we see, and it's so cool because you're going to show us the cup.
I will. Right? I'm going to show you the cups. I'm going to show you the different kind of cups. I'm just going to flash quickly. I mean, it's not a little handout. It's pages and pages and pages of information. So because in doing it in a day, you're not going to remember every little thing. But we go over the kinds of teas, history of tasseography, how to pick out the perfect cup. You wouldn't think that the cup is that important. The cup's important. I have a couple of examples here. So this, and it's harder to see online.
I can see it.
There you go. So this is a perfect, what I consider a perfect cup. It's completely white inside. If you look at the shape of it, it's more of a U-shaped. And so it allows the leaves to nicely cling to the sides of the cup without being forced down the bottom. And some of them are too deep. Like this one's all white, but look at the shape of it here compared to this. Ignore the pedestal because that's just decorative. Look at the cup itself and the shape of the cup versus this one. This one, the bottom of it is flat. See, it's hard to see with that one, but even look this way. Inside of it, the bottom of this one's flat. This one is round. So you want something like that. This one's beautiful. It's a lovely teacup, but the shape of it, see, look at the shape. It comes here, it's flat on the bottom. It's not the ideal cup. Could you use these? You could, but I don't feel that you get the best reading as you do with the best shaped cup. So we talk about that in the class, and I actually I'll go through even more cups. The types of tea, the best tea to use in making a cup of tea for tea leaf reading. Even the whole process of doing a tea leaf reading. You can do it in a McDonald's styrofoam cup if you want to. That's fine, but are you going to get the best tea leaf reading? You're not. And if you're going to do it, why not make it nice? Get things like nice tea towels, lay them out, have a nice arrangement. If I'm going to do a whole day of them, I'll add flowers and candles, and I'll just make it really, really nice. So we teach you the different types of teas and what to look for in choosing a type of tea. We talk about getting in touch with your intuition for the reading, how to connect with the tea leaves to find the symbols in them, and how to interpret the signs and the symbols. You learn what is the handle used for, the rim, the bottom. They all have meaning in the cup when you read: past, present, future, time, emotion. There's all different ways to read it, and we teach you based on where the leaves are and the symbols in the area that they are in the cup, how to do a reading. And in a reading, it's really, it's a form of divination. It's like fortune telling. It's fun, very fun. I love tea leaf reading, and it's a way to just connect with other people and to be able to take a look at their past, the present, the future, the emotions. You can even read it based on a year, using this as a timeline. There's just all different ways to read it, and we go through all those in one of the classes. Plus, then you have practice time. So,
and symbology. Symbology is so amazing how you can see the symbology within the cup and then use your intuition to unfold that. So it is so, it's exciting. I think the class
it's fun.
is very excited. Yeah, because like, oh my God, I see it. I'm not making this up. Like, look.
Right, and it's nice when you read. A lot of times, the few people that I've seen that do tea leaf reading, and I haven't seen very many, to be honest with you, they look in the cup, they look around, and then they start reading, but they're not showing you what they're seeing in the cup. When I read, I like to, the way I teach, show them what you're seeing. Show them where it is in the cup, and then say, do you see that? And sometimes the sitter will even see things that we miss. And they'll say, but I see that there. Oh, based on where it is in the cup, I can tell you this is what it means for you. So it's a lot of fun. For people that don't know anything, never worked with symbols, don't understand about symbology, we even give you a little symbology handouts in the back. So it has all different symbols, what they might mean. You see an axe, you see an alligator, you see a bird. Are the wings out? Are the wings in? Is it sitting? What do all those mean? You don't even have to rely entirely on you. You can cheat and look on the glossary and find out what is the meaning. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the more you'll tap into your own intuition. I prefer you use your own intuition, but not everybody's ready for that the first time. So we make sure that no matter where you are in the journey, and where you are in doing this type of thing, that even if you're brand new, we can have you reading tea leaves by the end of the day. And I think that's exciting.
Yes, absolutely. And you would choose the tea leaves, and you teach them from choosing the cup to choosing the tea leaves to the time that they can offer the readings for. You know,
Exactly.
what is a reasonable amount to charge for it, and I really,
and a lot of that depends on the area and what's the purpose for which you're doing it. I mean, are you doing it at a psychic fair where you have to recoup money that you're putting in to have your space, or are you doing it as a party for fun? You know, it just depends. But we can talk about all those things.
Absolutely. So
here, if you want me to show you.
Yes, I like
experiment.
Yeah, check it out.
What's held me back from being able to teach it online is that now it's nice when the cup's empty, I can just do this. But if there's leaves in the cup and I do that, the leaves are going to start to fall down. You can't really see it. So I bought this very, very expensive, not really, webcam. So I can unhook it and look in the cup. So let's give it a go. I was teasing. So when I have to charge $500 for a class, it's because of this expensive webcam.
Because of the camera.
I'm just kidding. No, the classes are very affordable.
They really truly are. And it's an investment because it's an art. It really is an art. And it's exciting. I think a lot of the students, they take off and they start reading and they want to continue to read, and they're reading their friends and they're reading their families. They're like, oh my God, I love this so much. And it just becomes something that you can do. You can do it for fun. You can do it if you want to do it in charge. We always suggest do it to practice for a while before you charge, just so that you feel comfortable.
Absolutely. It's like anything else. You want to get proficient at it before you start charging people for it.
Absolutely. All right, let's check out these cups.
All right,
I'm excited.
so I'm going to put my glasses on so I don't mess it up. Okay, so this is an experiment.
You're going to read me.
They're not your cups, though, babe. They're not your cups. Okay, so just
let's talk about that.
Over, I've got 4 cups here, and they all look different. And some of them, now, one thing I wanted to show, let's see if I can do this, is I have this cup and I have this cup. And let's see if I'm not trying to get good with the camera here. They're both done with the same tea. So this is an, let me see, this was the Earl Grey. So this is Earl Grey, and this one's Earl Grey. Now look in this one that we have very few, but even just looking into it without, let me see if I can get a good, there.
There's a heart.
There's a heart on the left side. Well, on the left side as I'm looking, it's actually at the right side for me. And look at the bottom. Depending on, now the camera looks a little bit different than in person.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, depending on your interpretation and how stable I can keep my hand. It could be an angel. Do you see where I'm pointing at right here? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It could be an angel. It could be to me, it looks like a bird flying. It could be a butterfly. Now, are any of them wrong or right? No, they're not, but it's going to be the first thing that comes to you as you look in the cup. And I will tell you, for me to look, I have to turn it this way to get a good vision of it. And actually, from my angle, it looks like an eagle. I can see the head. I don't think you can get it.
Oh, I can see it, yeah.
Close. But actually, from my angle, looking at it straight in, you can see where the head comes up into the side. The eagle's head, the beak, the whole thing. It's hard to catch it on the camera, but it's actually an eagle in flight. So there's all kinds of cool ways. But see, you don't think it has to be, oh, there's not enough leaves to read that. Are you kidding? When you go in there, you can read it. And actually, the lack of leaves says just as much as a cup like this. I think you need to back off a little bit. As a cup like this with a lot of leaves in it. It says just as much. This, okay, just the feel, go with the feel of it. this person's life, what does it feel like based on the cup, versus this person's life based on the feel of the cup. Obviously, one person's a whole lot busier than another.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's physical, is that emotional, is that spiritual? We don't know until we start reading the symbols. But this is the kind of thing that I teach you. So these are Earl Grey, and this is where I wanted to show you where the kind of tea that you choose. This depends on who you are. Is it Rubius? Is it Rooibos? I don't know. It's yummiest if you ask me. I love this tea. But there are much smaller leaves and much smaller specks on them versus this one that's bigger leaves. Now that whole big thing coming together that looks like pointed at the top and then running down could almost be a sign of a serpent or a dragon if you just look quickly.
Yeah, I keep seeing a dragon in there.
Mm-hmm. So there's all kinds of symbols. And when you actually do a reading, you're going to pick it up, you're going to tilt it, and that's either it's starting to dry out, so they're going to fall off. But you would go this way, then you go that way. You're going to look at it from every angle. And I show you how to do that. So the Rooibos, Earl Grey, and then this one is a Deersling. And so you get a symbol like you got these symbols. So when you first look into them, you go, it looks like a bunch of crap to me.
Yeah,
really, it's not.
You could do a reading from that.
It's a story for someone, and which is what you're doing in a tea leaf reading, is you're creating the story for somebody. So it's a ton of fun. We teach you ways to get around things like, I'm not drinking the tea. I don't like tea. I'm not having leaves in the cup. We have fancy smancy little strainer things that you could put your tea in. We have paper things to make your own tea bags, and then you would rip it open. So there's no reason for anybody, even if you don't like to drink tea, you'll have a way to hold the cup
to imprint your energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason why you can't read them or be read. No matter what your excuse is, I got an answer for that. So it's a lot of fun. It's very exciting, and I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be able to. I love doing it in person. I have to say, in person is the best way to teach. Unfortunately, we can't be with each and every person. Unless you live in Ireland and you would like to invite me, I'm happy to come.
Right?
So Irish, I want to come see you.
That is on my bucket list.
It's on mine too.
We're going together.
So yeah, I'm going to be teaching it online. So you would get, if I did it online, you would be emailed the handouts. And then I'm going to email you a list of things to get. So it may take you a little bit of time. So I want to have it done a couple weeks ahead. So you can find some place to buy the loose tea. I don't know. I might even be a nice person. And if we could set it up, have like an early sign up, and I could send you samples of tea, then, that could work too. I just don't want to overwhelm myself, but right. That's always a possibility. I don't know. We'll sit and put it together and see what we're going to do. But
well, I am excited that you're coming to Chicago. I'm excited that you teach it in Maryland.
I love Chicago.
Yes, you'll be here soon. Chicago, you'll be here soon. And so for those of you guys that are in the Chicagoland area that are watching this, find my Facebook, Lillian Suarez, or you can go to Chicago Mediumship Development Support. I post everything in there. If you're interested in Luann's online, or you're in the Maryland area, check her out, Lou Beecher. And she also has a Serenity Guides group as well.
Yeah, all my stuff is the Facebook that I'm on, that has everything, all my classes posted, is Lou space and space Beecher, Beecher. Send me a friend request. Everything is done there. I also have a meetup group that I post things in, which is meetup.com/Serenity Guides, and you can actually sign up through that.
Yeah, so reach out to us, who's ever watching this video that is interested. We are a fun group. We work hard, but we play hard as well. We take things serious, but we also have a humor side to us, right? We're very
Too much fun.
silly. All right. Well, Luann, I'm excited to see you soon. Everybody look out for this wonderful tea leaf reading class. It is amazing. If you're guided, obviously, you will do it. And again, you don't have to be a psychic. You don't have to be a medium or even a healer. You just have to be.
You just have to be. I love that.
Have to be.
Just be and have some tea.
That is so. Be and have some tea, guys. All right. Well, I love you, Luann. See you soon. And bye for now, everybody. Be looking out for our shenanigans.
Have some tea.